Is it up? Is that one there? It's still red?
Good. Right there, there you go. No, right there. Oh. We're on it.
Let's get some. This means one is there.
This is 11. Yeah.
So are we good? We're good. Everybody Oh.
Hi guys, my name is Jessica. I'm currently a senior here at University of California, Merced, majoring in Spanish and minor in Chicano Studies. And I'm originally from Pico Rivera, California, which is in Southern California.
Hello everybody, my name is Sean. I am a senior in mechanical engineering. I'm from Oakland, California, and I guess that's about it. I guess one tip I'll give you about me, I can do spontaneous things.
Hello everyone, my name is Santiago. I am a junior here at UC Merced. I am studying management and business economics, and I am from the Los Angeles area as well, so Southern California. So I guess now it's time for you guys to ask any questions that you guys want to ask. Feel free to ask anything at all. Keep in mind this is like a student, it's a panel, so you guys are free to ask whatever you guys want.
Somebody, please, send a question.
The question is, do we have a pre-med program? Do you guys want to have it?
So as of now, we actually don't have a pre-med program at the moment, but there is, keep in mind that there is, for example, professional fraternities that are dedicated to lead you that way. And something else to keep in mind is that, for example, we have biology, that's the major that we offer as of now. So that's something, if you want to do pre-med, you could kind of just go that course, or there's different majors that, just because you want to do pre-med doesn't necessarily mean that because we don't offer it that you can't do it. You could go with like a different route and always end up going to what you want to do, like so pre-med after you get your bachelor's in biology or something. That's what
I pretty much think that is, yeah.
And again, it's always nice to know that whatever major you pick doesn't necessarily lead you to something specifically. So people ask me all the time, I'm a Spanish major, are you going to be a Spanish teacher? And I usually tell them, no, I want to go into law. So your major doesn't define you, so meaning we do have a limited amount of majors and minors here at UC Merced, but that does not keep you in a certain pool that you can't branch out to do certain careers. So, yeah. You want to, next question?
Also, to add to the pre-med question, you can say we do have several clubs on campus that do cater to medical related topics, I guess. You know, students coming together as a club and attending conferences and whatnot to get that professional development that we might not have the program at the moment here. So definitely there is opportunity here for UC Merced to continue that pathway of pre-med.
So the next question is, why did you choose UC Merced?
Okay, I'll go first. So me personally, I came to visit UC Merced, and the campus was live, beautiful. Everybody was nice. I felt very welcome no matter where I went. I could walk around, people smile, say hi to you. Very friendly. Everything is kind of like brand new. Every year we have like a new building built, so it kind of makes it very unique in its own way. And you can kind of start anything here and just try things. So that's what pulled me in the most, was just the friendly campus, and they were just nice.
And to add on to that, I feel that for me, for example, coming from Southern California, LA area, like a big city kind of aspect, coming to UC Merced, or where it's like more of a tight-knit school, where everyone's very friendly, where they all know each other, it's a new school. It was a big difference for me, and it was kind of like a new beginning in a sense. I feel like I made the right choice by coming to this place where it was a smaller place, kind of set away from like the city, so you could just focus on your studies and your education, and just reach your goals and stuff.
For me, it was how small it was. I wanted my first goal going out of high school was to go to private school, a small private school, because I like that small classroom feel. So our student to professor ratio is 1 to 20. Compared that to other bigger UCs, that is fairly small. I even had a class with 7 people in it, and I really got to know my professor, which is key because after I graduate, I want to go to graduate school. I want to get a job, and these are the connections you're going to need. So when I saw that percentage, I was like, hey. And we are a really small school, but we get that big name. We're still part of the UC system, so we definitely have connections with all of our UC campuses around California, and that's what kind of made me really look into UC Merced. And when I came to visit the campus, which all y'all should do, my parents were astonished of how new everything was, and how he was saying, we have new buildings like every year, so it definitely we're increasing in size, and it's really just fun and exciting to start something and be that pioneering school and be those pioneering students to leave that mark later on in the upcoming years. All right. So our next question is, what's there to do in Merced? One thing we like to add with Merced, we are a city in itself, so we definitely have our malls, we definitely have like our coffee shops, we definitely have our stores, and we are conveniently located kind of, I call it the middle of California. So if you want to have an outing to San Francisco, to Yosemite National Park, to the Bay Area, we're not that far from these big metropolitan cities. On campus, we do have our Office of Student Life that hosts a variety of events. So we have over 300 events throughout the school year. One of our biggest ones is usually our spring concert. Last semester, we called it Cowchella, like Coachella. We had like T-Pain, Cataluna, A-Track, they did a performance for us. And these are all coming out of student fees, so we don't have to pay any extra money to go to these concerts. And the school offers academic resources for students as well, so there's always something going on campus. And a lot of students like to get involved. We have close to over 200 clubs and organizations already established here. We do have fraternities and sororities, so there's always something to do here on campus. And of course, your academics will always come first, but they'll always find something to do.
Yeah. You should answer this.
All right.
How hands-on the mechanical engineering?
The next question is, how hands-on is the mechanical engineering program, and how soon do you start taking your engineering classes? Well, your first 2 years, depending on where you come at your classes, you're gonna just knock out your GE classes. So it's mainly just like intro to biology, physics, calculus, all the way up to vector calculus, which is 3-dimensional calculus. And that's pretty much you'll do for the first 2 years, and you'll get into your kind of fundamentals of engineering with like thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, where you start having labs to go along with the class. So for fluid mechanics, you might do a lab where you'll be using a wind tunnel and measuring velocity over an object and whatnot. And you have other classes such as strength of materials where you'll be using like a big machine to do tensile testing or compression testing. You might crush like a metal box or a wooden plank or something like that, and you'll calculate like PSI and all type of other measurements and whatnot. So it gets hands-on once you get to your upper division class, and pretty much that's where you get a lot of experience, where you get to just read the book and also get to apply your hands-on experience with it.
Yeah. Answer another question.
Next question is, how can I request interview one-on-one with counselor? So UC Merced, it's actually very, I don't think it's very, I guess I could say simple in a sense to be able to contact your advisors or even like professors. That's something else. But for example, counselor, I'm guessing you're referring to your advisor. So you could basically email your advisor or your counselor to schedule an appointment, or they actually have hours designated each day where you could actually come in, where they're there in the office, and you could just come in, sign up. If there's someone before you, they'll probably wait like 5-10 minutes. But every day there's designated hours where you could just come in and have that one-on-one with them. So just in case you need help with deciding what classes you want to take, or what route you're trying to go, or declaring your major if you're undeclared, or even declaring a minor or something like that. To have that one-on-one, it's fairly simple, and there's, like I said, there's always designated times for you to be able to go in there and ask any questions.
Not only to add to that one-on-one, our school is, like you said, a very small community. So as far as like if you want to get one-on-one access, or we're not with a professor, we have like a 20-to-1 ratio with professors. So it's kind of easy to approach professors or lecturers or TAs throughout the semester. You can kind of walk up and talk to them and build a relationship that you probably wouldn't get at a bigger UC or a bigger university. So that's one of the key things I want to highlight about UC Merced.
So another question is, what are the most popular majors here at UC Merced? So our number one most popular major is actually psychology, and our second is actually biological sciences. So this is pretty cool in the sense that we both have a social science and a science major. So when a lot of people look at UC Merced, they look just mostly science, but we do offer a lot of good social science different programs, different majors that you could do. So in that aspect, I really enjoy it because we're not just seen just at science. We definitely have that humanities aspect that that balances us and our student population with our majors fairly well. So, and with that, another thing we should add is that none of our majors here at UC Merced are impacted. So if you guys don't know what impacted means, so meaning classes get canceled because funding loss, or there's too many people turning into one class, or it makes you stay an extra year because those classes that you need were just too full, the limited professors, small classes. So definitely the average student does graduate in 4 to 4.5 years. So just cutting that off. And I know some people actually graduate in 3 years and 3.5. So that's how we benefit with not having any impacted majors, both in the social science and humanities. So let's see. So the next one is, how much financial aid did y'all get? So for me, everybody's different. Everybody is a case by case with financial aid, depending if it's with scholarships, grants, loans. So everybody should know what the FAFSA is. The FAFSA opens for this upcoming school year January 1st, and it closes March 2nd. And you will need your taxes, your tax returns, to put all the information in. And the school would look at your need cost. So if you're under your parents' financial guardianship, I don't know how to say that, you definitely will have to look at that. And again, it's case by case. For me, I do come from a middle class family, and UC Merced was fairly generous with giving me financial aid and grants. I do still have to pay out of pocket, but UC Merced and any school will definitely have a different package for you. So either if you need a deferment payment plan, meaning I can't pay everything right now, but I'll do a payment plan throughout the year. Taking out a loan, and definitely with us, since we are a small campus, getting to talk to a financial aid advisor, they're right there at hand. If you need to sit on 101, they will definitely go through the whole process of what taking out a loan is, or if you have any questions regarding that. So they're definitely very helpful. Do you guys have anything else with financial aid?
Yeah, well, I mean, something to keep in mind for, let's say, for students that are applying to attend the UC. I know a lot of kids like get discouraged because they have an idea like, oh, how am I going to pay for this? It's really expensive, like all that. You guys have to keep in mind, like, I mean, I believe we've all gone through this. Like I myself in high school, I was like, oh, like I don't know what I'm going to do, but you have to realize that there's so much help out there. There's a lot of scholarships. UC Merced offers a lot of financial aid, as Jessica was mentioning, and there's always a way. Like I don't think I just kind of want to stress this is that the cost of you attending like the school should never be like it should never affect your decision of coming to school just because you think like, oh, I can't afford it or something like that. There's always going to be a way for you to find that aid for you to attend college.
Yeah. Also, I would like to highlight one of the scholarships or opportunities that UC Merced offers is the Blue and Gold Opportunity Plan, which pretty much you can apply for. Or we come in as an incoming freshman, sometimes it's offered to you automatically, but most people you can apply for it every year, and pretty much you can get covered for financial aid at the UC for the full academic year. But like we said, it's all dependent on your family income and other logistics and whatnot. But one key thing I do want to highlight, as far as when you're applying to college or applying to any college and handling your FAFSA paperwork, turning everything on time so you can have, that you can be asked, I want to say, I guess get everything in so you get the most financial aid available instead of having things delayed and whatnot. So just to benefit you more in the future.
Yeah, and just to touch on the Blue and Gold Opportunity Plan, So if your family income is under $80,000, you will receive that. That applies to you. So that so it's something. So if you're like I said, so if your family makes, if their income is less than $80,000, that automatically is applied to you. So you would be covered with that financial aid.
Our next question is, do any of you live on campus? And if so, what is it like? Is it expensive? Is it hard to find a place? Is it nice? So I currently don't live on campus, but I did live on campus my first year, which is my freshman year, and I thought it was pretty cool. The school with my financial aid package helped me out with the expense of living on campus. I lived in a quad, so meaning 4 people per room. A cool thing is, especially if you come and check out the campus and get a tour, is that you'll see that, again, all of our buildings are brand new. So I lived in one of the most newest dorms or residence halls, Cathedral, and I lived in a quad, and I thought, man, 4 girls per room, like, it's going to be really packed. When I got there, we could actually play Twister in the middle. That's how much space we had just in the middle of our room. And everybody was fairly friendly. We have amazing staff that work with our residents, like coordinator. And we do recommend freshmen to live on campus just to get that college feel and that vibe. Because again, you will make friends, and those initial friends could actually last you for your whole lifetime. So getting that experience and that whole, just again, college vibe is key for a lot of freshmen. But again, everybody's case by case. So if for some reason you can't live on campus, the Merced area in general is a fairly good place to find, definitely not cheap in a sense, housing around the surrounded area. So I know I lived these past couple years in brand new houses that have been constructed. Me and a couple friends, we rent out this house, and I only pay about $350 for rent and utilities. So definitely compared to bigger metropolitan cities and schools, rent and utilities is fairly cheaper here. But I still remember my freshman year, and I do have a lot of my closest friends from my freshman year because I lived on campus. So.
And currently, I do not live on campus, but I did stay on campus my freshman and sophomore year. In my freshman year, I stayed in Mariposa Hall. It's like a long hall. It's pretty cool. It's 2 floors. The rooms are pretty spacious. You share a room with, two people, and there's like a bathroom connected in the middle, and you share with another 3 people on the other side. So total of 6 people. You have your RAs, they put on events and whatnot. So it's a lot of like free things. They give out snacks and whatnot when study time.
Free food.
Yeah, with your finals and whatnot. There's always things going on. Like I said, I would strongly recommend for freshmen to stay on campus your freshman year just to get used to the vibe of college. Get your study pals. It's kind of easy, convenient. You live off campus. I don't know, for some people not responsible enough, you might not wake up on time to get on class. I mean, you live on campus, you can wake up kind of last minute and still make it. You don't have to cook. So if you don't know how to cook, you'll definitely benefit from living on campus for some people.
So our next question is, how is a track team? So anybody want to give an insight on our athletics?
Currently, at the moment, we do not have a track team, but we do have a cross country team. So in the near future, I'm sure it will come into fruition.
Yeah.
Something you could keep in mind, though, is that we don't have a track team, for example. Since we are a fairly new school, there's constantly different students that are attending the school that are starting new things at our school. So if that's something that you're very interested in, it's something you could actually start pushing for as you attend the university and start. You could kind of be a pioneer for that and get that started here. So and just until that is provided for us to have the track team, but you could be the one to start that here. So that's something kind of good to look at.
I'll give a little snippet about our sports. We are NAIA Division II school, so we do offer men's and women's basketball, volleyball, cross country, and soccer. So we are competitive. Right now, our soccer teams are, winning, so we're like, woo, go Bobcats. So those are our NAIA Division sports. We also have our club sports. We do have different club sports, basketball, volleyball, badminton, archery, and they are competitive, and they do compete against other schools, so like club sports against UC Davis, Berkeley, and they do travel around. And we also have our intramural sports, which are more of our fun sports, so you and a group of friends can get together. I know Santiago is in an intramural football, flag football team, so there's different events that are always going around, especially with sports. One of our biggest event is our Midnight Madness, which will be coming up later on this semester. and so our basketball team plays against each other, and it's like really big event. There's a bunch of free food, a bunch of free prizes, and it's just a good time for a lot of students just to get together and you know, get to know each other and enjoy athletics. Like I said, Santiago, we're about only 10 years old, so we're definitely growing with our athletics in that sense. And going down with the following question, is it hard to be a student athlete? So none of us have actually been student athletes. Oh, actually you have?
No, I haven't been to that, but I had a
But
friend.
he goes to the gym.
Yeah, one of my best friends is a student athlete. He played on the volleyball team for 4 years, and he also maintained a GPA of like a 3.9 something. So he was heavily involved, and he had a job on top of that. So he was a intramural sports coordinator. So he kind of did it all with a girlfriend that needed a lot of assistance. So if he can do it, everybody else can do it. It's just time management is the key thing, and planning out your day and staying on top of things.
Yeah. Currently, I work as a peer mentor for the athletics part of freshmen. So I definitely help them, guide them, plan out their schedules. And most of them, again, since you're going to be a freshman, everybody's going to struggle with different things. So time management, there's a lot of resources if you do plan to play sports here. There's a lot of resources, particularly just for our student athletes, that can be discussed. And definitely maybe just taking a tour if you are interested in any of our athletics, contacting our athletics office, and just setting up something so you guys could come check it out and see how cool we are. Yeah.
All right, so the next question is, how well is your international business program and marketing program? So, so international business and marketing program, we don't necessarily have like a focus on that, but what we have is our management and business economics major. So that is my major, and I could speak like in my behalf. So for example, we have like a marketing class, and we have like different like business classes. So for example, in my marketing class, I feel like the management program itself is very good here at UC Merced. And for example, for us in my marketing class, just to give an example, what we had to do was kind of go take over, like not take over, but just like plan out, like basically come up with a plan to how to bring up these companies that are like kind of going down at the moment to bring them back up. So a marketing plan to kind of bring them back on the market and like get like a new just get new people like into what they're marketing. So the program, the management program itself, the major, I believe it's a very good major. It's something, some of the classes, for example, my professor, Professor S.A. Davis, she encourages us to like think outside of the box and everything, and she offers a lot of the classes like entrepreneurship, which is what I'm working on now, and now we actually have to come up with a business plan for a company that we're like basically starting. So it's a very it's a program that makes you think a lot and constantly have to come up with different ways to market and strategize and stuff. So.
Yeah, and actually that's one of our third most popular major, which is economics and management. So definitely still up there with our popularity. So, that's the next question.
Forensics.
Yeah, so the next question is UC Merced offer a forensics major? Again, unfortunately, we do not offer that particular major, but we do offer different majors. So my question to everybody listening is, what do you want to do as a career-wise? Because again, like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter what major you are unless it's something so particular like chemistry. You want to go this, and this. But if you want to do something more broad, so forensics, are you looking to go into the police department? Are you trying to look for more bio? Like there's different aspects that you want to do. So definitely having just a particular major won't lead you to that particular career. Because again, world has a lot of limits. There's plenty of other stuff you could do. So with that sense, that's something you guys need to think about, because instead of maybe majoring in forensics, you can major in sociology. Or my friend actually wants to be a forensic scientist, so she's majoring in biology and minoring in anthropology. So you get that different sense that you could do. So definitely don't just kick out a school because they don't have that particular major. You know, if worse comes to worse, you go to a school that has that major and then you don't even like the major. So definitely getting an overall sense of what do you want to do career-wise, and the school is definitely key to accepting an offer from the university.
The next question is the school. Should I answer?
Go.
All right. Next question is the school really in the middle of nowhere? So we I wouldn't necessarily call it the middle of nowhere. Merced, it's a nice town, small town. Like Jessica mentioned earlier, we're in basically the middle of California in a sense, kind of like in the center. And like she mentioned, I wouldn't say nowhere in the middle of nowhere because around us we have so many things to do. So like she mentioned, Yosemite is not far at all, for example, if that's like your thing, if you're outdoor experience type of thing. Or like she mentioned, San Francisco is not far at all either. Sacramento, we have Fresno, all these different cities around us. And even in Merced itself, we have plenty of things to do here. So we're actually not necessarily in the middle of nowhere. There's plenty of things to do, a lot of programs and events on campus, as she mentioned earlier. So there's always something to do. I don't think we can necessarily say it's like the middle of nowhere. So it's not like there's desert everywhere around us. There's life, there's nature. Yeah.
Let's see.
To get to East Merced, into East Merced. Okay. Next question is, what is the minimum GPA to get into UC Merced?
Yeah. So for any UC, the standard to apply to any UC and get accepted is a 3.0, and that goes overall with every UC. So you will have to have at least a 3.0 to apply and get in. For UC Merced is roughly about a 3.5 to 3. Roughly about 3.5, 3.3 in that area. And these are rough estimates. So we definitely have students that have above 4.0s and some students that are a little bit below. But definitely depending on how you as a student are overall. So are you involved, in school, or do you have maybe a job or anything that might give you a different feel for every other applicant? So again, if you guys know how the application works for the UC system, you will have to apply. The application is already open, but you can't submit it until November 1st to November 30th. So November 30th is the last day you can submit your application. But definitely, there's different components to the UC application, and definitely if you are, especially in high school, definitely go and talk to your counselor and see if they can help you out with the personal statement, because that's usually fairly one of the biggest components when any admissions counselor is looking at it. So, and going on with another question is where can you go and talk to more of an admissions representative? So we do have our website you can definitely check out. It's called admissions@ucmerced.edu. If you have any more particular questions regarding admissions, definitely email them, or even check out our website. You might answer your own question if you just go to the website. But definitely, I'll repeat it: admissions@ucmerced.edu. So check it out.
Okay.
Tuition cost. I think let's skip to do that. Yeah.
Let's see. So, what is the cost of staying on the dorm in Merced? So, on campus, living expense is actually $15,000, and these are just completely rough estimates. I know $15,000 is a lot. I can't even pay $15,000. But definitely, again, it's a need-based, your financial aid package. So definitely for me, UC Merced definitely helped me out with housing because they will definitely change your financial aid whether you live on and off campus. But the rough estimate to live on campus with tuition, fees, everything included is about $34,000. That might seem a lot, but compared to private schools, it's fairly a lot less cheaper. But definitely, again, going back to financial aid, everybody is case by case. Some students actually get refund checks back, so they can actually pay for their books and stuff. So again, need by needs case. So definitely make sure you do that FAFSA. And then if you have any questions, definitely ask any of your career counselors, your counselors in high school, and they will definitely help you out with anything like that.
And then to kind of go on to the next question that kind of relates to that, or what is the cost of staying in the dorm in Merced? So if you live on campus, your estimated cost, like overall with your tuition and everything, is around $34,000. I know that's like a big number, like you might kind of surprise you at first, but just like we mentioned, like financial aid, it depends. It's case to case kind of thing. So if you live on campus and if you're living on campus, the financial aid will cover for that. If you're living off campus, like it's the same. It's just case to case how it works. So, but if you're living on campus, that's your estimated cost, which is $34,000. If you're living off campus, it's around $26,000. But then keep in mind that your financial aid will either go up or down depending on where you live, off campus or on campus.
Yeah. So another question is, what is one thing you would recommend when writing a personal statement? Again, which is key for the UC application. For me, one of the best things I could say is just be you. This isn't, if you want to write about how much you love your mom and how she inspires you, you know, that's pretty cool. We'll love your mom too, but definitely want to know about you. So knowing what have you done? Is there anything that your hopes, your dreams, because if you start talking about other people, a bigger story, that's going to take up a lot of the space that we want to know about you. So definitely take that into consideration. And for some of you guys, maybe some of you guys aren't really involved in school because maybe you have to take care of your younger brothers when your mom works 2 jobs or something like that. Definitely put that in, because this is a time where you could talk about yourself and your struggle and why you deserve to go to a University of California school. So definitely just make it personal. Because again, that's when we get to know you as a person, and it's really like basic. You definitely want to stand out of the rest because you will be competing against a big pool of thousands of students wherever you apply to. So, do you guys anything you want to add to recommendations?
Personal statement. Yeah, just be yourself. Basically, just talk about everything that you do, your interests, what are your goals in life, all those things. It's just basically. This is, yeah, like Jessica mentioned, they don't actually get to see a picture of you, they don't actually get to meet you, they don't actually get to see like a video of you or something like that. This is just you letting them know, like, this is who I am. So you just have to be able to put, like, express who you are just on paper and be able to send that in.
Yeah, and definitely make sure someone reads it over you, because I know I had some friends that actually submitted the application and then they saw their personal statement and they spelled like the most basic things wrong. So definitely make sure someone reads over it, make sure people can understand it, just so you know you won't get into a UC because you misspelled UC Merced or something like that.
So next question, what are your favorite things to do on campus? So I know for us to, I don't know, Jessica, we can speak for ourselves, but I personally like going to the gym. Sean does too.
Yeah.
So and then just to kind of add to another question that was down there, it says, do y'all ball? So,
I do. I actually ball.
Everybody.
So everyone does ball. Everyone here does ball. We all, I guess, play basketball in a sense. So yeah, not necessarily on the team. I can't say that.
Yeah.
But we do ball. So if you guys do come, you'll probably see us, shooting some hoops in the gym, something like that. But some of my favorite things, for example, would be kind of that, just going to the gym, playing basketball in the gym. Also, just in our library, we have like this little area called the Lantern Cafe. I kind of like just hanging out there, studying with some friends, hanging out with some friends, and we get to eat there too. So food's always a big one. So.
For me, one of the best things I like to do is, like again, we're about an hour and a half away from Yosemite, and this summer I actually interned in Yosemite National Park. Under the Office of Interpretation and Education. So that's also a cool thing. UC Merced partners up with the National Park Service, especially Yosemite National Park, and that kind of made me love hiking. So I actually like to hike and explore the wild areas. So that's one of my best things. If I have a weekend for free, I usually go back to Yosemite and go say hi to my coworkers that I had in the summer and just explore nature. I think that's one of the best aspects locally wise. Like we could always go there, chill out, go to the lake. You also have a lake fairly close to our campus, about a 5-minute walk. So definitely if you have a romantic date or just want to chill out or something like that, you know where to go.
Okay, the next question. What are your top majors? So for those of you that are just joining us now, as we mentioned earlier, our top 3 majors are actually psychology, biology and
economics and management.
Yeah, and management.
Yeah.
And also engineering is a big one as well.
Yeah, and that goes with another question: is any of your majors impacted? Like we said earlier, none of our majors are impacted currently, which is always a plus. Again, trying to get your classes, trying to graduate on time, and just like that. So. Let's see. The next question is, do community hours matter when applying? So going back to your application, anything you do. So whether that be community service, if you're in an organization. I know I was in Key Club back in high school, and we did a lot of community service, so I definitely wrote that in my application. So definitely. The cool thing is on the application, you only have 5 spaces to put things, so if you're in 10 clubs, pick the ones that you actually do stuff in, because you only have those 5 spaces, and you definitely want to make yourself known. And going back to those students that, again, might not be such involved in high school or in sports, definitely putting in what you do on your spare time, like, again, maybe taking care of your younger brothers or sisters, or even having a job to help support the family income is key, to put that into your personal statement, because then that's how we know you have actually done something, and that's why you're not so involved in school. So definitely, it just varies by person. So, let's see.
We have a robotics club is the question. So we actually do have a robotics club, or not program. The question was, do we have a robotics program on campus? We do have a robotics club on campus, and we also have like a UAV, which is unmanned aerial vehicles kind of club on campus. So pretty much they get to make drones and whatnot that fly in the air, and they go to conferences and they compete. So it's getting pretty big on campus, and also like I got a project with Merced Agriculture County Extension, I think, also. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to get hands-on experience as far as robotics and UAVs and drones and whatnot, which is a big technological field that's growing and expanding internationally. So that might be definitely a key thing for anybody that's looking for engineering or any experience as far as that. Maybe can end up in the Silicon Valley or somewhere around the world. So great opportunities in that area.
Wow.
Let's see what else. What are the minimum SAT, ACT, SAT 2 scores required for computer science engineering? So for that particular, okay, so if you want to know that specific detail, like that specific number, definitely go back to admissions at ucmerced.edu to get that particular answer. But we could give you the rough estimates of our SAT scores. So for this past year, they were 1450 to 1850, which was our average for our incoming freshman class. So.
Nice. Oh, we just had any questions? Okay. So the next question is, do you have a football program? And if so, do you have cheerleaders / song leaders?
So again, unfortunately, we don't have a football program, but we do have our intramural football team. But we do have cheer and dance. So we do have our cheerleaders. So we do have cheerleaders here on campus, and we also have a dance team, and they do compete around. I forgot the actual. NA. They're in a division themselves. So definitely, if you're interested in your cheerleading, your song, we definitely have that for you.
Yeah, and I think this is. I can't like specifically say like this you could do, but I have a friend that does attend the UC, and he actually plays for Merced College football team. So he's actually the kicker. I don't know if the other positions would matter, but the community college is like about 5 minutes away from campus or so. So he actually plays for their team, and he attends the UC. So that's pretty cool as well.
Also, to add to that too, I also had a friend too that played for the football team, and he played wide receiver. So it's definitely possible for you to go to UC Merced and play football there, and pretty much you can do both. You know, be a UC student and go to JC and play football.
Let's see. Do you recommend taking a SAT subject test, or how can I know from which majors is recommended for your school? So for the SAT subject test, we definitely recommend it. Take it. If my question for you would be, what type of major are you looking into? So definitely, if you're going more into the science, engineering, biochem, physics, definitely take the math and science portion of it, because that will probably count towards you. For me, I took the SAT subject foreign language and Spanish, and I got that going back to my major. So again, it's by case with majors, but definitely if you have the opportunity to take it, take it. So yeah, and again, make sure you take your SATs. We will accept the highest SAT score or ACT score, so definitely make sure you take both exams many times as you can to get that highest possible score. So, any other questions?
Can you talk?
Let's see. So a question is, in your opinion, what makes UC Merced different from other UCs? So definitely UC Merced is very unique, especially when you come to on campus. You are, I believe, mind blown if you visit other UCs because we're so different. Again, size-wise, we're only on 100 acres of land compared to 800 that we're going to expand to. So 100 acres might seem a lot, but when you see the building and everything, it seems fairly small. So definitely the size itself makes it unique from anywhere else. I know where I lived in my dorm, which was the farthest dorm, I could actually run to class and make it in 5 minutes compared to other UCs where you have to ride your bike, you have to take the bus to get to the other side of campus, or you have to go outside of the campus to go somewhere. So definitely the size itself. Another thing that makes it different is our research opportunities. Close to 75% of undergraduates get some type of research opportunities both in and outside the classroom. So whether that be through bio, chem, even we have a strong psychology program, cognitive science, sociology, even Chicano studies. There's a lot of research going on in every different type of field because, again, we are a research institution. And that always looks good on your resume compared to other schools that leave more of this research for more graduate students or seniors. I know 2 sophomores that are doing great research in cognitive science, and definitely I don't think you would get that in a bigger school where you'll be more impacted. So definitely that kind of stands us out. I personally haven't done a lot of research, but I know a couple of friends that have done both in the sciences and the humanities. So I think that's pretty cool in itself. So.
Yeah, and to keep in mind, like, I know a lot of students might have the mentality that, like, oh, I'm an incoming freshman, I can't participate in research or something like that. That's not for me until, like, you're, like, maybe an upperclassman or something like that. That completely doesn't stand here at UC Merced. We actually, like, whatever your freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, if you find something that interests you, that you want to be a part of, it's really just up to you, like, of going to that professor or to that group or to that club, whatever is doing the research, and going to them and be like, you know what, I'm really interested in what you're doing. Would it be possible for me to join in your research and apply for those positions? So it's actually open to anyone that actually wants to do it, and it's something that interests them. So.
Let's see, another question is, do faculty actually teach the courses, or do TAs do? That's another thing that kind of stands us out from other universities, that all of our classrooms are taught by actual professors and not TAs. You will have some discussion classes with TAs, but they will not be teaching. They'll be more discussing if you have any questions, homework, upcoming tests, and stuff like that. So for me, looking into university, every class I go to, I want to be taught by a professor, top notch, and I definitely get that here at UC Merced. Going back to when I had a history class, it was a history of labor class, and there was 7 students, and my professor has taught at Ivy League schools, and for him to know my name, he's like, Jessica, did you do the reading? Jessica, what do you think about this? Jessica, that. It was a big impact for me because he actually got to know my name. I went to his office hours. I got to talk to him. He would invite me to some of his conferences. He actually gave me a recommendation letter for a job. So definitely, I look for that in a university, and again, getting those connections and knowing that the people that are actually teaching you are teachers and not just maybe a graduate student or something definitely is key to furthering your education in general.
Yeah, and not only that, but I've had an actual case where, for example, I took like a history class where my professor was like giving us a lecture, teaching us about like the subject, everything that we were learning. He was actually my discussion leader, so I would have him for a lecture, and then there might be some stuff that he touched on that I didn't really understand or wasn't too sure about, and then I'd go into my discussion, which is like our smaller classrooms, which is like about like 20 to 1 in a sense, 20 to 1 like in our classrooms, and he would actually be there as my discussion leader, so I could actually ask him anything, and he could just touch up on something that I didn't understand. I could just ask my professor, the guy that just literally gave me the lecture like an hour ago or so. I could ask him, like, he was like my resource for that, so that was pretty cool as well.
Not only that though, just to add, like our school is very small and friendly. That I can also catch my professor or TA
Walking.
at the gym. I'll see my TA at the gym. I'm like, I'm really stuck on this thermal problem. Can you help me with this? I've been thinking about it. That's why I'm working out. I'm kind of stressed out. And you can get help, anywhere around campus. So it's definitely a benefit.
Yeah.
They just wave at you.
Yeah.
You see them around campus. Hey, professor.
Yeah, and definitely even see the chancellor
Oh, yeah.
walking around talking to students. The chancellor, the dean of every department, you see them walking around. You see them just chilling, talking to students by our Lantern Cafe,
having a cafe.
and they're grabbing a coffee and they're just talking to students. And definitely, I don't think you find that at a lot of bigger schools. So definitely, that's nice to know that. Oh, hey, there's a chancellor having coffee talking to students. So that's just nice.
It's awesome, yeah. And then keep in mind, like also, for example, all your professors, they all have like their office hours, like Jessica was mentioning. So I know for me in my, I was taking an econ class, once my money and banking class, and my professor, he would have office hours like designated like twice or three times a week, and I would go in there, and he would just completely help me out. So for our homework, if there was something I didn't understand, like I'd be able to go over it with him there before I actually turned it in, just so I could actually get my full credit in the homework, so I could fully understand it, and they would just help you prepare for that. So they're always there. They set their time for you to come in and just ask them questions about anything that you don't understand. They're very friendly, and it's just a great resource.
Another question is, does UC Merced offer any undergraduate health programs? Currently, we do offer our minor, which is our health public health minor. There we go. That is one of our brand newest minors, and actually the school's actually trying to push it to become a major here. Again, we're about 10 years old, so we're not going to have every major in the world, but definitely we're making strides to it. Again, I'm a Spanish major, and we didn't have a Spanish major until 2 years ago, well, a year and a half ago. So definitely my major is brand new, but again, that's what makes UC Merced a little unique, because we're making those strides for those majors that unfortunately we won't have, but we will in the long run. So another question is, do you guys offer scholarships for AB 540 students? That particular, I could give you the admissions that you can ask for that particular. So it's admissions at ucmerced.edu. I'll repeat that. It's admissions at ucmerced.edu, and they could definitely answer that question particularly for that different case scenario for students. Let's see. What is the food like on campus? Are there different options on campus? So, what do you guys think about the food?
Okay, so I actually work at the dining
Dining Commons.
Is it the commons?
Mm-hmm.
Dining
Our
center.
DC.
Dining center.
Our dining center.
It's not commons. It's our dining center. Remember, we got corrected for that. It's our dining center. So our dining center, I actually work at the dining center at the grill, and the food it's good. It's as a freshman, when you come when you're living here, it has a lot of different varieties for you guys that are living here on campus. So not only freshmen, also sophomores, and even some other upperclassmen. The food, there's a lot of varieties, like I mentioned. So we have the grill, where it's like your hamburgers, your grilled chickens, and stuff like that. Then we have a caliente, which is kind of like your, I guess,
your nachos, your
burritos,
taco salad,
tacos,
stuff like that.
The Kung Pao chicken one, which is more of like
the Asian station, quote
unquote.
unquote.
Then we have like a pizza area, salad bar. We have a sandwich like area as well. So there's a lot of different stuff throughout the day. And then there's also Blue Plate, where it's like throughout the week they just have different things. So you could have maybe like they'll have like fish one day, the next day they'll have like this pasta, and the next day they just have like different stuff. So it's good. But there's a lot of variety, definitely.
Yeah. And we also have different food options around. So I know from when I was a freshman till now, we've definitely changed how we see food here on campus. So we definitely have something called Fork on the Road, which is literally like little stations when you're going to your classroom, and you can be like, I want some tacos. I'm going to go here. And you just literally go to the side and order your tacos, pay, and keep on walking to your class. So you don't have to be going anywhere. And again, that offers more variety for food for students that live both on and off campus. So, and what makes our dining commons a little different from other universities is that we are not a buffet style. So I know a lot of college campuses, you go in there, you swipe your card, and you go in there and eat how much you want, whatever you want. Here, you kind of just go into your dining commons, you pick whatever you want, and you pay for with that item. So let's say I'll go in there, I want a sandwich, I'm gonna pay for that sandwich, compared to like the buffet style where I get just one swipe. If you're not that hungry, then you might be wasting money. So definitely, we definitely have different meal plans available for students that live on campus as well.
Yeah. And then also, just I believe last year was when the restaurants started coming too. So we're actually having restaurants from the town, from Merced, just actually coming in, and they have like their setups of like their food. So we have a really big one here, which is Sam's Cafe. I think it's one of the big ones, which is like Thai food, and they come on campus and they kind of and they sell like food to the students and the staff.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, do you have a vegetarian menu? So we do offer vegetarian, vegan. Any dietary restrictions, we definitely have food options for all young guys.
Yeah, so well, I mean, like at the grill, we have veggie burgers.
Veggie burgers, everything.
So those are, and then we have the salad bar, like we mentioned as well.
Yeah. And I think we'd like to talk to you guys is that we will have our preview day coming up on October 18th. So definitely, if you guys are willing to come up to UC Merced or down for wherever you guys, definitely come and check us out. We'll definitely have our clubs and organizations. We'll have our admissions team out there. We will be giving tours. So definitely check out the campus, which is key to picking whatever college you like. And just learning about the UC application and workshops, financial aid. So definitely it's a good resource just to come and check it out. And make sure you bring your parents, bring your friends, and maybe you'll see all our beautiful faces.
Yeah, bring your grandma, not your dog, but bring
Yeah. So how is life in Merced like weather or people community? So again, I'm from Los Angeles, so definitely it was kind of like a big jump for me because I live right next to a police station, and definitely every night I hear helicopters, I hear the sirens going on. So definitely when I came to UC Merced, I was like, oh, it's quiet. It's quiet. So every time I go back home, now I'm just like, why is it so noisy? But definitely Central Valley, the Central Valley weather, it varies. So sometimes we'll have, during the summer, really hot days. But definitely if you guys are students, you'll probably be inside where there's air conditioning. We will have our random really foggy days, or we will have rain, of course. Just depends. We usually joke around with the rain. It comes out sideways. So if any of you guys seen Forrest Gump, when it comes side, up, down, sometimes that does happen, but definitely being prepared, bringing your bubble umbrella and staying warm is key.
Something else, like if you guys are from the city, if that's like somewhere you're planning from, the first night you'll spend here in Merced, if you look up at the sky, I'm not like saying like, but this like I've never seen the sky like that other than here. Like in the city, you don't really get to see that, like all the lights and everything. So it's definitely really pretty views all around. From our campus, we actually get to see by our science and engineering building. We look back and we get to see the Sierra Mountains and everything. You could actually catch the snow. Well, not catch it, like look at the snow on the top of the mountains.
Yeah.
So from that view.
Yeah. So our next question is, how safe is the campus? And you guys
Campus is very safe. Very, very safe. I've left things everywhere. I left my phone just to test how safe it is. But
I feel like we just feel comfortable like that. Like I've noticed, like I'm in the library or I'm in the lantern or something, and I have my computer plugged in or my phone or my tablet, and I just kind of like I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Just go, and it's like I'm not really afraid that anyone's gonna take my stuff because it's not gonna happen. That's not what we're about. So go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, just like you said. Not only that, we have a whole system set up around school. We have a blue light system. So pretty much say something happens, we got these blue light poles, and you like press a button, and somebody will respond, and you could tell them you have an emergency. Like it could be like one of those fake commercials, like my heart is hurting, blah blah blah. I can help. Somebody will be there to save you real quick. And we also have like I think they call CSOs, community service officers. They walk around. They have yellow polo shirts, very nice, and they walk around campus, and they you pretty much parole all the way up to like 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning, pretty late. They just keep things, checking doors and whatnot. If you have any questions, they'll help you. And also sometimes give you a ride around campus. So you don't want to walk all the way down from the top of this campus to the lake lot where you park at night because you're kind of scared, or you just don't want to walk. They'll give you a ride.
Yeah.
So very friendly and safe.
And definitely we have police officers. We actually have our own police department on campus. And they work with these students that patrol. So we do have our police department that patrols the campus 24/7, whether that be on campus itself or the surrounding roads to get to campus, just to make sure everything's safe. And again, if you want to know if any incidents, you can go online and you can actually find our incident report from last year. We really haven't had anything big since we are kind of distant away from the actual city. We're about a mile away from what we consider the city. So definitely if someone does want to cause harm, it's because they have to really get on campus. And we usually don't have anything that time.
And then, as you mentioned, so we have like our escort program. So like if you do, it's just late, you don't feel safe or something like that, you can actually just call a number up and they'll come and pick you up, take you to your car, take you to the library, take you to your dorm, anything like that. So it's very safe. We all feel very safe. Like I said, we just kind of just walk away from our stuff and come back, everything's fine. So everyone's very friendly.
So the next question is, how's pricing around UC Merced? So whether that be living off campus, I'm assuming that's your question. Like I said earlier, it's fairly cheap in a sense compared to bigger metropolitan cities. So definitely we all have lived off campus. So I know I've had a house. I lived in a master bedroom with my own bathroom, a pool in the back, and I only paid $350, which if you find that anywhere else will be a lot more. Yeah, I actually had a pool. Yeah.
Definitely good deal. That was
the deal. Yeah.
UC Merced.
And you can actually go online on the New York Times. There's actually an article about McMansions, how our UC Merced students are kind of spoiled because of the housing crisis in Merced. But definitely, if you want to get a group of friends and rent out a house, which is close to our campus, definitely that's what a lot of students like to do. And it's really nice. Like I never thought.
Yeah.
And we do have buses that go all around the city, which are called our cat tracks. And we have an affiliation with the city called The Bus. So these are all paid for through your student fees, so you don't have to pay extra money to go on the bus. All you got to do is show your cat card, which is your ID, and you hop on the bus, and it'll take you all around. There's the different time schedules, so as early as 6 in the morning till past midnight to 2 p.m. So definitely hopping on the bus and saving gas and saving Mother Earth is one of our biggest things here. Yeah. So.
To touch up on it.
And so again, we'd like to stress definitely coming down. I know some of you guys may be local Modesto area. Definitely coming down to our preview day, which is again October 18th. Mark that on your calendars right now. Definitely we'll be giving tours, clubs, admissions will be out there, UC workshops. So definitely just coming in just to get informed of what's going on in the next upcoming weeks is nice. Yeah. And again, we like to stress, if you have any more detailed questions, definitely go for admissions at ucmerced.edu. Admissions spelled ADMISSIONS at ucmerced.edu. If you have any, again, more detailed questions, and we will be on our live chat. So on our chat, we won't see us, unfortunately, again, on our chat, but we will be open up until 7 p.m. So if you have any more burning questions, someone will be on the other side of this chat that can answer your question. So,
make sure to come get some tours, see the campus, see everything, get that feel that we've been talking about, how friendly the campus is. I mean, if you don't believe us, you could come and wave at people and see they'll wave back at you. They're very friendly. I know I do that on my tours all the time where I'll tell the students, like, just waving, and all the students are always waving. Very friendly campus.
So one of our last questions is actually interesting is, are the gas prices expensive? So definitely, well, that I've seen, gas prices have been coming down. So I know for Chevron, I just put gas, it was like $3.75 for the cheapest. But, you know, every gas station is different. Definitely, hopefully, you know, it keeps on going down, but definitely take our bus system, get hat tracks.
Yeah, they're free, and help the environment.
Yeah.
National Campus to the City, yes. So as Jessica mentioned, we actually have our cat tracks, so it's our own bus system. So yes, there's actually more than one bus that runs to the, from campus to the city. I believe there's like six, 7 lines, 6 to 8 lines, different bus routes that go around the city and different parts. So yeah, there's constantly buses coming that take you to different places. There's one, I know there's one that stops like at Target, one that stops by the mall. There's one, they're all at different places. By a lot of the housing areas as well. So actually routes that are designated to go into the major housing areas is off campus. So that being like Bellevue and all of that.
Yeah.
Not only that, they also run on the weekends. So
Yeah.
you're just not safe during the week. You're good on the weekends.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Jessica.
My name is Sean.
I'm Santiago.
Yeah. So again, reminder, October 18th, preview day.
Yes.
And again, any more questions, go at admissions@ucmerced.edu.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.